Nerd.
Hey, Mouse.
Hey. Oh, hey, Claire. Hey, Craig's Catfish Cave. Oh, so how are
Yeah,
you?
pulling up chat on the phone so I can follow along too.
Oh, so yeah, it's been a wild week. It's been a wild week. Um, yeah, I survived Hurricane. I think it was Helena or Helene.
Yep,
I don't know
Elena.
exactly what they were. Helena. Yeah, she came by the time she got to me, she had no more arms or legs, so she wasn't as spicy as she was when she hit Florida, thank goodness. We got minor flooding. Okay, we got minor flooding in our area and some winds. I slept through it because I stayed up all night, right? Because they were like, it's gonna hit between 5 and 7 p.m. So I'm like, okay, gotta be home before 7 before it hits, right? So I'm like, rushing, go to the store, get everything I need, and nothing's going on. It's just raining. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, no, no, no. It's going to be between 1 and 2. And I'm like, okay. Um,
Now it's going to
that's
be
all we got.
between 2 and 3, and
Now between 2 and 3. Now between 4 and by the time I was like, but I was tired. I fell asleep. And right as Mr. Mouse was going to work, he got there and it hit. Like the bottom completely dropped. I was like, why did you even go to work, dude? I was like, come on. But he got there. He stayed there till it was over. And it didn't last very long. It moved pretty quick. The flooding was the big problem. So we got, like I said, we got real lucky because I have a lot of creeks and ponds and lakes and rivers all in my little area. Like we're surrounded by water. The one creek at the bottom of our hill flooded, and like water was going to our pond from the creek. And yeah, that was a mess. But other than that, we were good. We lost power for about an hour, but that was because they were taking something. Something had fallen on a line, and they had to cut the power to it to get it off. So
wimps.
yeah, yeah.
Let
And I
it
was like,
burn through.
yeah, just let that stick just go. It'll be fine. But I really think what happened was when we had that almost tornado situation about a month ago, and the trees fell on my neighbors' houses.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
the
That was
community
nasty.
that was a nasty storm, but our community manager had a tree service come out, and all of the trees, like that, the one beside my house, she had them, make sure that they were stable, and any of the ones that like they felt were not not safe, they took out. They took out like 30 trees that week in our community. And I think had they not done that, those trees would have fallen during the storm. So we got lucky. We got really lucky. She still didn't get us a generator for our well system, but at least she got the trees down.
Yeah, no more trees falling on the houses and
Yeah.
in the
Progress,
in the street, and
yeah, across the road so we can't even leave. Like we
yeah,
were stuck for like 2 days. We couldn't get out of out of the community. We're like, we have one entrance in and out. And yeah, the fish, I was prepared. I did go ahead and, buckets of water, buckets outside to catch water, jugs of water, collected a lot of water just in case because
just
when
in case. And
27,
then you were able to do some rainwater changes on tanks.
yeah, I did do that. I still have no activity from my quarries. They are just not they're not ready. They're I don't know. I think I'm gonna give them a change of scenery pretty soon. Maybe pop them in a different
Yeah,
tank. I've got a
maybe they
21.
just need another month or two.
Yeah, it'll be
Grace and
when I leave
April
them
made it.
alone. Hey, Grace. Hey, April. Good to see y'all. Yeah, so my quarries
Yeah.
are still not doing quarry things. And oh, Mr. Mouse is gonna drop some food for the angels. So let's watch some fish.
Uh-oh. And the mouse disappeared. There. Now she's back.
Yeah, I'm back. I forgot to plug the computer in and it went to sleep. That was my fault. So Mr. Mouse is gonna throw some food in this tank for me. Oh man, deep state annex. Well, you stay safe moving them trailers. Um, so the Corys are not doing their Cory things, right? But I have this bucket that I've been putting my rice fish mops in, right? And
Deep state. Good to see you.
hey Claire, good to see ya.
Claire.
And you know, Nerd's been telling me, hey, check check the bucket, check the bucket. I've been checking the bucket. So yesterday when I was like going through and I was about to start like condensing buckets of water that I had collected from all of the rain and stuff. I was like, well, nothing's going on in this bucket. I'll just, get rid of this. And I pulled the aerator out. And as I did, all these little rice fish babies came to the surface. And they were like, hey, we're here. Please don't throw us away.
It's Whoville. We're here. We're here.
They're like, we're here. We're here. Really, we're here.
Well,
Thank you. They just had a really good water
seeing as you turned your tank on, we'll let everybody know that I've been a little busy.
Yeah, you have. You know what? I'm gonna stop mine for a minute while you do yours. We're gonna put yours on the big screen.
Oh, okay. This would be the new one. Well, new old one.
Whee! No, you know what? How do we do this? I don't know how to make that one the bigger one. It doesn't like me. There we go. Nope.
There. Nope.
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 Okay, here, we'll just do this. And boom.
Boom.
There we go. Boom.
That works.
There we go.
Yeah, this happens to be my old, what I called my show tank. It's 55, sitting, yeah, basically in the middle of the house. And yeah, it used to be planted like this, and then it went to nothing. And I've spent this past week scrubbing it, cleaning it, digging it out, and starting it over from scratch. Bought a bunch of plants, and yeah, other than a few stragglers floating on top, let everything grow in, and it'll be a jungle in a couple of months. And then I moved most of the big angels from my angel tank over, so they'd have more room. But yeah, it's only a little 55.
Just a little 55. I wish I could have
Yeah.
a 55.
Let's see here. Okay. Do a little scale.
Man, that's a lot of tank.
Only 4 foot long.
My angels are like, can we go live with Nerd now? We want to go back. Get more room.
You know what? Let me throw them some food because I have not fed them yet today.
Mine keep getting stuck in the plants down here, y'all. Like I think it's because that's where like all the food gathers at the bottom of those plants. I'm gonna probably have to move that plant. But it falls there and then they kind of get stuck in there. So also if you notice there are some missing things from this tank too. I did move some of the things that the Apistos were using into their new tank. So Monday morning, I'm going to be live streaming. I have got to get stuff finished because, the storm coming, I did prioritize getting ready for that over changing the tanks around. But the Epistos are now in my room and they're, enjoying their privacy a lot more now. Um, Stella is fighting with one of the plecos in here. She has to come out tonight. And the rice fish and the babies are getting set up in side by side tanks so we can watch the little rice fish grow up. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. And I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with my flagfish and how I have flagfish babies already when
Well, at
it
least
just
one.
seems impossible. I'm not supposed to have little flagfish yet.
So you cleaned the mess out a little bit. Yeah, okay.
Camera angles, they are hard sometimes. Trust me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gosh, where did all my angels go? Oh, they're probably all at the other end of the tank. Yeah, this is the end of the
hey,
tank that it draws out of, and the spray bar is at the very end, other end of the tank.
hey, cat
Killer
ninja.
kitty.
Yeah, I've got a. I want to get a couple more plants in this tank since I robbed a few to go in the Epistos tank. I may actually have to bring that other. Um, oh, yeah. See, we have aggression going on in here. Here, you know what? Let's get this pepper camera up a little more. Yeah, I got to get the duckweed out again. Um,
Yeah, most of what I got to get out. I bought mermaid weed at the club auction, and it doesn't look like it made it.
oh no, that's so sad. It's like I was
Yeah,
gonna hit you up for some of
I've
that
never
mermaid
had
weed.
good luck with mermaid weed. I don't know what it is, but I keep trying.
So, oh, you know what, nerd? I think you're
Uh,
right about Stella and what she's doing. The little guy over there in the cave. I'm gonna
yeah,
bring this up a little bit more so you can see it a little better on mine. But his top
is he
fin,
showing some battle scars?
he is showing battle scars. His top fin is ripped.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, she got to come out of there tonight.
she, yeah, or you're going to be one less fleckle.
Yeah, because they're gonna keep going at it till one of them wins.
Yep.
So yeah, I guess the kids are gonna love me when they get home, and I'm like, hey, we gotta take a fish out of a tank because Stella is a mean one, Mrs. Grinch.
Stella knows what she wants, and that little youngin just ain't gonna cut it.
No, and yeah, she's telling everyone about it. So that is so wild. Like, and poor little guy's just fanning away.
He's got the idea. He just doesn't have the size on him yet.
No, and the little baby, bless her heart, she's up there. She's like, I'm staying away from them guys down there. She hasn't come down to the floor. Okay, that's the closest she's gotten to it all day. It's like right there. She's like, I'm not coming down there.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So yeah. Okay, Stella comes out tonight. So everything else in the tank is probably also coming out of the tank. And if I didn't think I would physically fall in the tank, I would try to get her out right now. But I'll knock this tank over. I know I will. It would be funny, but not funny. And she's even got a ripped fin from it.
Yeah, rip fins is when they start spawning is not uncommon.
Yeah, Mrs. Whiskers would just eventually she figured out, what was going on, so she just let him just put her in the cave.
Yeah,
And see, big guy right there is going after
yep.
everyone
The
except for
one in the
one.
middle, that one is looking very male.
hmm the big one or the one.
The big one in the middle
Okay,
just went down to the bottom there.
okay, yeah,
The one on the right, that may be a male as well. I'm seeing the start of the hump. And the little one
yeah.
on the right, that's female. The one that just went over to the right, maybe female.
They
But
yeah.
the two boys are front and center there.
They're like, hey, look at us, we're boys. Yeah, this is the most they've swam around since I got the Apistos out of the tank. They were not happy with them. I guess the Apistos, because they're ready to spawn too, were chasing everyone around, and then the Plecos are trying to do their thing. It was a lot of aggression in this tank this past week. Like
Yeah.
it was quite worrisome. See, he's like chasing everyone off. So yeah, just gonna get something breeding out of this tank next, and hopefully Monday morning I'll have the rice fish fry. I have to say that very slowly because I've said some crazy words trying to say that regularly in a little tank, and the mops are gonna go into that tank now. Since I know they are actually using the spawning mops, they're using the mops, so now we get to, yeah.
Oh, wow. I can see Stella's belly, and yeah,
Well,
she's ready to go.
yeah, she's been ready. And he just started like fanning the day I took the Apistos out. He started fanning at that cave, and that's when everything like started. And today it just peaked. Yep. I do not fry the fish, but the fish babies are called fry. I'm not going to eat them. I promise. I'm not going to fry the rice fish, but I am going to save their fry. They're so cute. They have little silver streaks on them already because I got the platinum Madaka rice fish. Yeah, that is, you will say some words. Some words will come out of your mouth.
Baby rice fish, baby rice fish. Cheat.
Yeah, and had they not been I think if they hadn't been the platinum ones, because the way it was the way my flashlight on my phone hit the water when they came up, I saw little streaks of platinum in the water, and I was like, "That's babies."
Yes, it
And
is.
then
And I kept telling you they had to be there.
yeah, and I
You
was
didn't
like, "But I
believe
don't
me.
see 'em." Well, I wasn't seeing them. I was like, I couldn't see them. Of course, granted, I had them in a black bucket, so that was my first mistake. It's what the store had. They were on sale. You go with what you got.
Yep.
I have like 20 of those things because they were like $1.25. They come in handy. You have no idea how handy they come in.
Yes,
Like,
they
need
do.
some rocks? Here's a bucket. Need some soil? Here's a bucket.
Almost as handy as Cool Whip bowls.
Yes. And
Start saving those. You will want them. You will enjoy having them.
There's my Teresa.
Fisher wifey, good to see you.
Yep. So while I was busy finding all my babies everywhere, Fish-Nerd was putting together the tank. And oh wee, man, it does look way, 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 way different than what it looked last week when he showed it to me. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, it was ugly. Let's not mince word. Is it was ugly.
Yeah. And
Couldn't
okay,
couldn't see into it. There was maybe an inch of water on the bottom and
when
seven
fish
plecos.
and seven plecos. Yeah, I that blew my mind. So
Three
he
nothing. Yeah.
Commissioner's like, there's plecos still alive in that tank, and I was like, how? How? Like you can't kill a pleco. I mean, a pleco can kill a
But
pleco, but I've never been
no,
able to kill
I will say of the seven, I handed two to the neighbor, or three to the neighbor, and then I had when I put them back in, had two of them die on me. So there's two lovely ladies that basically grew up in the tank, and then there's like seven new ones that I bought on auction last weekend. And if we're lucky, we might even see the little Corys I dropped in there too.
it. Okay, so did you research the rubber lip pleco yet that you got?
Uh, a bit, a bit.
'Cause
There's
I haven't
really
looked
not
at it.
that much out there.
Really?
But then I was just searching YouTube, and yeah, there's, oh yeah, we put it in this tank and it took care of all the algae. Oh, okay.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh yeah. I guess they are right on par with the bristlenose for being algae eaters and destroyers.
So, well,
I
if
just
you ever get another one, because I just found a picture of one. So hang on one second. I'm gonna pull it up and put it on the stream on the thing. Because if you get another one and you happen to get them breeding, I'm gonna be like, hey, fish nerd, we're gonna have to talk about getting one later.
well, that is kind of the plan. That's why I've got to do a bunch of my research on them and figure out how to tell male from female so I can get a pair and what I've got to do to get them to spawn.
That way, yeah, because then you can tell me how to make them mouse proof so I don't, genocide them. Because apparently I do that quite a bit with the accidentally, not on purpose, really.
Right. It happens.
Okay, but this is what a rubber lip, a rubber lip pleco looks like. Oh my goodness. So that's a rubber lip. Is
Yep.
that kind of what yours looks like?
Yep. That is what he looks like. Also called the bulldog pleco.
Oh man, that
And
is.
I had the scientific name and yeah, forgot it.
The scientific names. Those are a lot. Like I am, yeah,
Rubber rip.
I'm getting there.
Mm.
Yeah, rubber lip. Yeah, rubber lip. Oh, try saying that one three times fast,
Yeah.
man. And
The
maybe
really neat thing with the rubber lip is they have this big oval mouth when they get up on the glass.
Oh, see, that's a pleco after Juju's heart right there.
Yeah, I may have to go and hunt down and get a whole colony of them, so that way I have you know a better chance of getting a pair. Oh, she's
Yeah,
ready to go in, but
but she's not going.
he's not big enough to hold her.
Yeah, he's just too little. I even thought about, trying to fish Snowmount and just throw Mr. Whiskers in there if I can't get her out. So that might be my other choice of things to do if we can't get her out is just play musical plecos. Because I really think once she drops those eggs, she's gonna be less aggressive.
Maybe,
Maybe. Maybe.
maybe.
Because after Mrs. Whiskers would drop her eggs, she was just like kind of like leave me alone and would like just sit by the sponge filter for, a
Yep.
few days and kind of eat like she was ravenous. So I'm hoping Stella does the
Oh,
same
there's one
thing.
of the little Corys. See him by the rock? Uh, that was the little Cory
Oh,
similis
there he is. Okay.
smudge spot.
Okay. And you got some of the plecos from Pepplin Creek slash Foxy, right? Too?
I got the
Those ones.
Corys from Peplin.
Okay. Those are the ones you got from Pepplin. Okay. I love fish with cute little names. I can't help it. I really do.
Uh, I generally don't take time to name fish unless they show up here with a name already, or they're extraordinary. Ah,
Yeah.
and there's one of the surviving female plecos.
She's like, hey, we need a guy in here. We need to have a lot more plecos.
Yeah, I got to get them, fattened up again.
Yeah. All in time. Yeah, I've got a plant project going on over here. My poor little cherry leaf Ludwigia. I kind of cut that in half too, just to see what it looks like when it grows out from the cutting. I gave the good piece to the Epistos. I was like, here, you can have the pretty piece of it, and y'all can have that one with the one long leaf. Like here, there, you get that one. That's what you get there. You get that
It'll grow.
that monstrosity. It'll
It'll
grow.
grow. Like I always say, the plants that are in the aquarium hobby, someplace in the world, are considered weeds. And we all know what weeds do.
Oh yeah,
They
weeds
just
grow.
grow.
They grow like crazy,
They grow like weeds.
like weeds, like duckweed. It grows like a weed.
Yes.
Like just since the stream started, look, my duckweed has like tripled. See, just since
Yeah.
it started, like there wasn't that much 15 minutes ago. It came from nowhere. It was like, where'd that come from? And I skimmed this tank like 2 days ago, y'all. 2 days ago, I did that.
No, I have not skimmed this big tank since I put it up and got it filled.
Well, you don't really have much duckweed that I can see. Maybe a couple little pieces
Well,
up
I
there.
also you can also see on the surface.
Yeah.
The surface moves pretty darn good.
Yeah, duckweed does not like a fast moving surface.
No, no.
That's why, yeah, that was one thing I noticed. It's like if I get the water
Oh, there's
moving fast enough on
two
top.
little smudges there, and here comes the
Oh,
third one.
They've got to be loving that big tank.
I hope so.
Sean is not wrong. Yeah, I can't wait to see what that tank looks like when it all grows in. That's going to be pretty.
I hope so. There's what, 6 sword plants, 2 Anubias, water sprite, bunch of little crypts, more Anubias coming, the blue hydro, which I might send a clump of that over to you.
Ooh,
That's the one that's right next to the rock with the
yeah.
pointy leaves.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, there's like those are individual clumps of like 5 stems there. And I didn't take the time to do anything with them other than put the clumps in the bottom.
I,
Eventually they got to be, separated and planted separately. And there's also 3 Aponogeton bulbs in there. Can't see them because they're just bulbs and they look like little rocks right now.
yeah, the one in the other 29 that I've, needed to move forever, that I keep saying I'm going to, it is so weird because it has one little leaf on it, just one leaf, and the other two are huge now. My attempt at giving it some more aqua soil, that was kind of humorous too. Gonna slowly move the camera over there so we can see it. I kind of made a mess. Oops.
Oops. Yeah, it'll be
Um,
okay.
if you insert the cup too quickly, the aqua soil decides it wants to come out, and then it spreads all over the floor. Thank. So yeah, go real slow, or make sure it's like really wet before you put it down. Maybe hold the hole in the bottom, put some water in there, and then dunk it. Yeah, I did not do those things, and yeah, I made a mess. But I'm sure, after a couple of gravel backings, I'll, you know, get it under the sand. It'll be gone. Won't even see it. It'll be fine. And yeah, so that's about all that's been going on this week with me. The the
Yeah,
storm.
I would go back over to my little Julie tank that I love so much.
That's
But in all the chaos of setting this tank up, it had a rock slide and I haven't fixed it since.
oh no. Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
told me about.
yep. So it no longer has a rock wall, it has a rock pile.
And
So
they
that was,
probably like that rock pile too.
I've seen them darting in and out, and everybody is happy in there. And that's where I put Mr. Rubber Lip. Yeah, there's a group of 4 regular brown bristlenose in this big tank that I initially bought to go in that Julie tank to take care of the algae. And then yeah, that little rubber lip came up and was too good of a deal to pass up.
Yeah, I'm kind of kicking myself for not staying a little longer at the auction the first time I went. But it was already a lot of excitement there, and I'd already done enough damage. So
Right.
it was like, I don't think I need to do anymore. I think I need to stop while I'm
And
ahead.
it's very easy to get into trouble.
Oh yeah. I see
especially
how
with
it
a good
happens.
auctioneer.
If yeah, like that one guy. Oh man, once okay, because in the beginning it was like I said, it was going real slow. But yeah, then he just boom, boom, boom. Yeah, I see how. Ooh, it was good. I walked away when I did. Is all I'm gonna say.
You would have ended up with two pairs of Epistos.
I've been like, what am I doing? Where am I gonna put them? I really didn't expect to get them. I really did. I love them though. They are
Oh,
neat little fish.
well, I honestly, like I said, I didn't think you were ready, but it's kind of the next step after the Angels. Something like the Epistos. So
Yeah, and I really thought they were a lot younger than they were. I guess I should have done more research before I just bought a fish.
yeah, it's always recommended before you get a fish, know what you're looking at and know what you're getting.
Hmm.
It,
It's
I
like
don't advise I don't advise buying fish the way I usually do. Go, oh, that's neat. Hey, I can afford it. Let's get it.
yeah,
Okay, what is it?
yeah, yeah. That's kind of what I did with the apistos. Like I knew the flagfish were a killifish, so
Right,
and I knew I could handle that, and I knew what the rice fish were. I'd watched a lot of content and read up about the rice fish, so I had some understanding of the kind of environment they liked already. What kind of fish you could keep them with. I heck, I've been talking to you about wanting rice fish for a while, but I just
right.
couldn't find any local, and I wasn't gonna pay the
And
prices
you
to
were also
get.
talking you wanted the flagfish,
Yes.
and I'm so glad that you got them.
Hmm. No, you really well you can buy fish the way you buy clothes, but you really
You,
shouldn't
right, you shouldn't.
because the clothes
I
you
don't
can
recommend it.
because then you get home and you find out this cute little fish that you got ends up being this huge tank buster that can't even live in your 29-gallon tank, and you're like, oh no, what do I do with it?
Yeah,
Uh,
this cute little 1 inch fish, it's so cute and adorable. And when it becomes an adult in 7 months, it's going to be 3 feet long and eat everything.
certain catfish do that, and the common pleco is another one that gets like
Yeah,
giant, like ooh,
there
he
are
gets.
there are a lot in the cichlid world that they have cute little babies,
Hmm.
but yeah, in less than a year, all of a sudden you better have you know a big 4 foot, 6 foot long tank.
Yeah, and I did know that apistos were one of the dwarf cichlids that they would
Yes,
stay small. So I did go into
and
that.
we had discussed that.
Yes.
But when we saw the listing on the auction, I told you those would be nice to have, but yeah,
Hmm.
don't go don't go crazy on them.
Yeah. And again, I really didn't think I'd get them. And me and Nerd were looking online afterwards to see what they were selling for, like if you just went out and bought them. And I was floored at how much some of the fish were going that I had gotten.
Yep.
I was like, that, like, I think one set of Apistos was $109, and I think that was per fish, not the
Generally,
ones I bought.
epistles are sold generally as pairs.
Are they okay? Yeah, I wasn't
So,
sure if like that one listing was pairs or singles
but
or what
it's
it was.
not no, it's not terribly uncommon to see $100 pair of epistos.
Yeah. So I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. So I did, they did get I did get them at a very reasonable price too. So,
Yes.
and they're purple. Come on, they're purpley blue with a red mohawk. What's not to love about that fish? I mean, they're adorable with an attitude. Cute with an attitude.
Yep. Uh oh. We got Plecos arguing.
Uh-oh. Your tank or mine? Probably mine.
Mine. No, mine.
Oh,
Sitting on the rock.
oh yeah.
I can't see. Let me walk over here and take a good look what's going on.
Yeah, what are they doing? Someone got to the algae before the other one did. Like, hey, I was gonna eat that first.
No, that's the two. Well, no. Females over here on this log over here.
Did you have one in there you didn't know about? Maybe.
That's one of the survivors.
Okay.
I know I messed up my camera.
It's not terribly hard to do. I, yeah.
I gotta turn the laptop to see what I'm doing.
And since now I do have baby,
Yeah, let's kind of show a little this side of the tank for a while.
hey Liam, good to see ya.
Liam,
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 Monday morning I will have the rice fish in a proper viewing container to show them off. So if you don't catch the live stream, I'll put a timestamp in the description Monday morning so you can check them out. Because yeah, I've got to figure out how to get them into a different container. It's gonna be fun, but it'll happen.
turkey baster, turkey baster.
Do you have one of those? I've got
Turkey baster is going to be your best friend when it comes to fry.
I've got a turkey baster. I've got a couple of little brine fish nets too,
Yep,
and the
actually,
squid
the turkey baster for little hatchling fry is much better.
probably better. Okay, and that is the route we will take.
Takes a
Because
little
yeah,
more
I
work, but it actually it's better for the fry.
yeah they don't have to get out of the water for as long.
Right.
Because even a second for a baby is kind of traumatic. Suck up the little suckers. Yep. We have some fish aggression going on with the plecos in this tank too. Liam, my Stella has decided to choose violence today and is beating up the little boys. But yeah, so I'll be moving the fish around and have the rice fish babies next to the rice fish tank. The apistos, I plan on putting a tank for their fry if and when they spawn. They will spawn eventually. But once that gets going, I'll have a tank there so that way we can, keep them together. That's the goal is keep fish with fish. So that way I
Well,
don't mix
like I
them.
say, when the Epistos have their fry, they will take care of their fry. They will. They are excellent parents. That unlike the angels, it has not been bred out of them. They will parade them all over the tank. They will protect them from fish that aren't even there.
I may have to get like a couple of little fish to swim. I need to actually put that rasbora, the two rasboras I have
Yep.
in the
Oh, the
tank with
two
them.
rasboras would be great with them.
Yeah.
Um,
Um.
neons, cardinal tetras, some small tetras,
Yeah.
not like
Because
Colombian or
not the ones they can
black
actually
skirts.
grab and eat. And yeah, like the rasboras can get away and from fast enough to.
Right. Even a couple of little Danios.
Yeah. I almost got some Danios at the auction, but I got
Yep.
outbid like 3 times and I gave up. I was like, I'm done. I'm done trying. I'm not paying $50 for them. And
No.
they weren't even like the celestial pearl ones either, and I wasn't sure what they were worth, so I just gave up on that.
Well, there are some Danios that are quite quite pricey that are not the celestial pearl. Everyone likes the celestial pearl because they look like little tiny brook trout.
Yeah,
All right, Stella, calm down.
yeah, she's like showing it. She's like showing off. She's being she's being very yeah. Gonna have to get her in with Mr. Whiskers tonight. I was hoping to wait till in the morning when the kids were here, but it looks like if Mr. Mousey might have to get up and help me with
Yep.
that one.
Mr. Mousey's got a job.
Like, I'm gonna need you to help me get this fish out of here. Good
Pretty
thing is
much
I do have buckets
do
to put
whatever
on.
it takes, short of breaking the tank apart.
She's in homemaker. She is ready to have the babies. She is also tearing up my other little pleco. She is being she's on a little terror tonight.
The storm has her in reproductive mode.
It does, and I think yeah, the water change also may have kicked that
Yep.
into gear. And two with him because I don't, like, you probably can't see it now, but he's sitting in that cave, but he's fanning away. He's just going at it. Like he
He's
starts fanning,
practicing.
and
You know,
he's been doing it for 2 days now since the storm. Well,
kind of
today's
like
Thursday.
a 16-year-old boy that's just getting hit with his first big shot of hormones.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, it's like she's also carrying around a big rolling pin, and she's not afraid to use it. So next week should prove interesting with everything going on. Hopefully by then, Mr. Whiskers will be sitting on eggs again, and we can watch the rice fish babies grow up that I finally know I actually have.
Yep.
So,
And we have plans to do something similar for the flagfish.
yep, I gotta get the mops made for them tomorrow, and I'm gonna set up for their mops. I have a breeder box that I'm gonna put on their tank and just keep them together there until they hatch. If I can get them to spawn in the mop. Hope, but I got the rice fish to do it. Hopefully they will too.
Yep. If you give them a good enough spot that looks good for them, they'll use it.
Yeah, I still, it's still like I keep saying it doesn't make any sense how there's already a baby in that tank. And like I even checked to make sure I didn't put any plants in there. Like I kept asking because we didn't put any plants in there. They were like, no, we only took plants out. So it's got to be a flagfish baby. And it's tiny. It's the tiniest thing.
Yep.
Like I'm surprised I even saw it. It was, if I hadn't seen, it was like a little speck of pepper floating on top of the water, and it moved, and I was like, "Whoa, you're tiny." Well,
Yep.
nerd, we are pushing that hour mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down for tonight and prepare to get Stella out of there. Find out when the kids are gonna be home, and if not, get Mr. Mousey to grab a bucket and a net because she's coming out.
Yeah, she highly recommend you get her out before you have one less super red.
Yeah, and the super reds, those are not exactly the easiest of fish to get. So I don't want that to
Well,
happen.
actually, they aren't that hard to get.
No, but they're
They
kind of
really aren't. Problem is, most of what you're going to get are nowhere's near as old as these are.
yeah. And then I've got to start all over again. And
Yep.
yeah, so Stella got to go. Stella, you're getting an eviction notice tonight. Sorry, lady. Sorry. Not really. All right. Well, I will see everyone Monday. I hope y'all have a good weekend. If you
And
see a
thanks
fish
for
in your
coming and
house,
joining us.
yes. And yeah, there's gonna be some changes around here going on real quick, but you'll see them. You'll see them. I promise. She's getting an upgrade for a guy. I mean, she really is. Mr. Whiskers is, he's experienced, he's big, and he'll show her a good time. But all right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Yep.
Um, hey Mippet, good to see ya.
Good to see you,
And
Mippet.
I'll see y'all Monday. Bye, y'all.
Good night. Sleep well when you get there.